mistake.
Bye.
What was the problem?
I don't know. As long as it's fixed, I don't ask questions. Okay. Let's go on to the next page because this one's really crummy. This one's a little better until we get to the bottom. Oh, goodness. This should be a comma. Everywhere else they've got commas.
But that's one of those things, as long as they're consistent, right?
Yes, but they're not consistent in this copy. I mean, that yes, sir, comma, that is correct, and then yes, sir, semicolon, I was. You got me on that. Now the period here, and then I was going straight on the side of the curve, that kind of adds a little more information, not just if he was saying I was going straight, then yes, comma, I was going straight, period. But since there's other stuff that was not involved in the question itself, that's why you would put a period and just start this as a sentence. That's my surmise. Any questions? Okay.
Is it no comma, I don't?
Yes. Twice.
How did you get it clear? Because it wasn't.
Oh, see, this is the first page.
Yeah, but this one before at the bottom wasn't. It was doing. Oh, I see.
So this one was pretty tricky because sometimes you had bicycle and sometimes you had
Yeah.
bike. Ready to move on? These non-responses, I take it yes. This should be the last page, right? Oh, 120. You're 140?
Yeah.
Grant?
No, I don't understand.
See here again, the question was the other guy lying on the street also? Answer no. And then he goes on to say he was standing up. So that's not saying, if he said, you know, yes, he was lying on the street, then it would be yes, comma, he was lying on the street. But he added that he was standing up.
So if it was yes, it'd be a comma?
If it was he lying in the street also? Yes, he was lying in the street. Then it'd be yes, comma, he was lying in the street, because it's answering the question. And I assume it's lying instead of laying in the street. I always got this confused. Any questions? Is that the end for the 140? No. Where did the 140 end?
Do you have any idea?
Idea who
who
called
called
the
the
police?
police?
Okay.
Do you have any idea who called the police? Answer no.
Yeah, well, see, they put 180, and that should have been 140.
Yeah. That's it. Okay. Keep on.
Okay. Let's do jury charge next. Well, this is an interesting one.
Yeah. See that.
Okay, why is that?
Oh, because, see, the punctuation on a lot of these tests is not correct. It should either be a comma or a colon.
Okay, whoever graded mine put a colon.
Uh-huh.
Here's a question, and then, so if it was a colon, she said the W and we needed to be capitalized. If that were a colon, would we be capitalized?
I
What
guess
they, what they often do is don't they just indent on the next line?
a lot of times.
So yeah, in that case.
So if it's not indented, if it was just ladies and gentlemen of the jury,
Colon.
comma, would we be capitalized?
No.
Okay, but if it's a ladies and gentlemen of the jury, colon.
I capitalized.
She wrote it in,
Yeah.
she didn't count it off, but she wrote a W over it, so that totally confused me, I didn't know.
Yeah, it would probably look a lot better with the colon, to have the capital W with the colon.
With a colon, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, you guys are making paragraphs, correct?
I didn't either.
Yeah, you need to make paragraphs. And, you know, you're not going to get counted off wherever you start the paragraph, but it just makes it easier to read than just one whole block of text.
So like how many sentences like per paragraph, I guess? I got counted off for where I started the paragraph.
For what?
For where I started the paragraph.
Usually 6 to 8 lines is where you need, there's a signal. I can send you, I have a thing from the NCRA, paragraph. I'll send it to you.
Well, we have a little, she wrote little symbols in on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just the fact that I would also like to
I would also like to think, I put that in the second
train of thought. It's also, I would like to thank the attorneys, this is the jury, you know, down here, thanking the attorneys. No. See, yeah, this could be a paragraph. Yeah, that should be next. Maybe I would, this is a criminal case for violation of the law. Yeah. The dash. Yeah, actually, see, this is a one-sentence paragraph. See, up here, the judge is thanking the jury. Down here, the judge thanks the attorneys. And then down here starts with the meat of the matter.
So it's wrong if you put the attorney's part in the second paragraph?
No, I wouldn't think it'd be wrong.
Because it's a thanking, it's a appreciation paragraph, it's thanking something.
Well, this is thanking the jury, and this is thanking the attorneys. So, you know, that you could make a paragraph there. But I don't think that it would be a grammatical error if you did not. Now, I don't know, I would not have put these dashes. I would have put a comma.
I got counted off for that. I didn't do that, but I did get counted off for it.
For what?
For the dashes. I mean, it's not right, I get it, but I had no idea. But I perioded it.
Well, that's, you don't want a period. Okay. Because, see, this is a criminal case. Well, but this is a criminal case for violation of laws of the state. See, it's telling what kind of criminal case it is.
So that
And
should have
this-
set off. Okay.
Yeah, so just
Okay.
surround state of New Jersey versus author, surround that with commas.
Okay, that makes sense.
Okay. Okay. Now, normally, when you do have a kind of a citation like this, it would be underlined. Of course, you know, that was way back when. So maybe they don't underline citations anymore. But if you look in any, you know, legal briefs or anything, the citations they're either in italics or underlined. Kind of like, you know, a magazine or, you know, a book title or something.
So if, like back then, if you would have been editing that transcript, would you have changed that in your Flip software to underline or to italicize?
Yes, I would have.
Just, I know this is kind of different but the same. What if there's an email address? Most of the time email addresses are underlined also. Is there any? Okay.
I don't know about the email addresses.
Okay.
They by default seem to get underlined.
They
Underline.
underline on your documents, but I don't know why. So I didn't
Well,
know
it's
if
because they provide a link.
a link.
They-
So
they're
that's the
hy-
only
it's a
reason.
hyperlink.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
It's a hyperlink.
I bet that's it.
It's a hyperlink.
Yeah. Here again, this is a criminal case for violation of the laws of the state of New Jersey, semicolon, namely, comma, 2 counts of armed robbery. See, this is breaking it down, telling you what the violation is. So semicolon, namely, comma. Does everybody understand that? And here is like a list: witnesses, state, defense attorney. So, comma after witnesses.
The state is capitalized because it's in reference to
To the,
Jersey.
yeah.
Because I mean, when I look at them, I kind of just do it separately, so I thought it was not capitalized.
Yeah, because it is, you know, we're talking about the state of New Jersey. Now, if it was witnesses, the prosecution, and the defense attorney, you wouldn't capitalize prosecution.
So if the state of New Jersey wasn't in the paragraph before, would you still capitalize state?
Yes. Okay? Everybody good on this page? And you'll notice that the court is being capitalized.
The state as well?
Pardon?
Was the state as well being capitalized? Yeah.
You ready?
Now where they say I want to define, I will define reasonable doubt for you in a few minutes.
Uh-huh.
Few moments. They don't put it in quotes?
Oh, reasonable doubt?
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
No, no.
They don't put presumption of innocence.
It's called the
See, this is a very good place for a paragraph, because now we're talking about the burden of proof. We're leaving presumption of innocence, going into the burden of proof. Oh, and this is probably, okay. Anybody have any questions?
Are we, like, if I'm taking off, like, if we, like, our paragraphs don't match that one?
You should not, no. Unless it's just something really, like if you make a paragraph in the middle of a sentence or something.
Right.
And now here's our favorite, literary.
This one is really hard, I
was lit,
I personally thought.
a very narrative literary.
Yes. And I was, like Chelsea, I was stuck in the story partly. I was like, oh, he got abused?
Well, you're not supposed to listen to the
It
story.
was hard. It was kind of interesting and sad.
Yeah.
I got stuck in the story too.
And of course, 6-year-old hyphens. An African American. I've seen that not hyphen, but it does modify boy, so you would hyphenate it. You could make a paragraph here, because it goes on to say, since his mother was not home very much, what the boy had to do. So it's kind of like a different topic. And then we go focus on the boy and his many problems. Yeah, I would have lost it right here when he killed the family cat. I don't like abused animals at all.
Attention deficit disorders not capitalized, or is it?
I think it should be, because it is the name of a disease. And so I think someone tried to make the corrections here by putting the little, and then, would you capitalize this? I think I would. Do you capitalize post-traumatic stress disorder? Yeah.
We were in medical terminology.
They
A lot
did.
of that was said that we do not capitalize those
It's not.
Oh, we don't?
terms.
I guess maybe if it has a specific name like
Yeah, if it's a name of a
Alzheimer's.
person, like Alzheimer's,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, because you wouldn't capitalize dementia.
Right.
So
Then why is ADD, like if you just do the abbreviations, why is that capitalized?
that's an acronym. Just like FBI, IRS, all of those things that
Are
give you
those
ADA.
capitalized?
Oh, yeah. All acronyms are capitalized.
No, but when they're spelled out, they're capitalized.
The Internal Revenue Service, yes. Federal Bureau of Investigation. But those are proper names. See, I think attention deficit disorder, I think it can encompass quite a few different disorders. So it's kind of like an umbrella term. Whereas Alzheimer's or Legionnaire's disease or, something that is a proper name. Because you don't capitalize cancer.
Would you capitalize autism since it's an umbrella too?
No, you,
You normally capitalize if it's named after someone, like
Yeah.
Alzheimer's,
That's a good,
Crohn's disease.
yeah.
that's a good one.
Huh?
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Yes, I want to know the name, like Lou Gehrig's disease.
Capitalized, yeah.
Yeah.
With disease, then it's Lou Gehrig's lowercase disease, or
I think lowercase disease. Ready to move on? Oh gosh, beat the baby boy. This is a terrible one. I'm gonna burn this after we have class.
it was hard to, had a lot of strange words, like cards.
So whenever we're listening and we're writing, will we learn or just know how to listen for punctuation without listening to the details of the story? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Does that come with time?
Well, just like Mark Kislingberry said, you know, punctuation is pretty much the last thing that you put in. You know, unless you're just really right on top of the speaker. Well, if you're right on top of the speaker, the punctuation is going to be hard to get in. But I would mainly focus on periods so that you don't, you know, your sentences will make sense and you don't think that you dropped words, or you won't try to add words. Never add words. Never. Never. 99% of the time, it'll be wrong. So never add words. But, I mean, I know, I got my periods in, and occasionally maybe a comma, but that's what I did when I was editing. Now, I was never a real-time writer, so I don't know. I assume you put as much punctuation in as you can, but you don't want to lose words over punctuation.
So does in the Morrison's book, all her notes say like punctuate as read, punctuate as read?
Sure, in an ideal world,
Yeah.
but, you know, being realistic, that's the last thing on your mind is the punctuation.
I don't think it's a punctuation, it's just, I haven't learned how to drop words. Like according to recent childhood studies, I didn't know that. So I dropped that, and then I dropped the next two words. So I just need to learn it. I get the punctuation. I don't think it's punctuation that's driving me. It's the words I don't know.
Yeah, yeah,
And
and that makes sense.
And I just need to learn how to drop the words you don't know instead of dropping a whole sentence.
Exactly.
That's what happens to me. I jump all over it.
Because the stuff I get perfect. It's
Yes.
just
Well, you know, if you get a big word in there and you're going, how do I write this big word? Well, the big word is worth 1 point. The little word is worth 1 point. So drop the big word. Don't sit there and try to figure out how you're going to write it. Not in a test. And, you know, that's just 1 point. And you'll continue on. But, yeah, there's so much repetition in this, obviously in jury charge, you know, and the more that you go through your speeds, it will get easier because a lot of it you will have heard before. But, yeah, when it's unfamiliar stuff, that's why it's good to have unfamiliar stuff, so that you become familiar with it. That's profound. Here's another good indication for a paragraph, talking about the second stage. So you're getting into a whole other area than what was up here, because that was the first stage. Do I need to start dancing up here to keep you awake, Chelsea?
No.
Good. I don't know, you know, about this. I probably would have kept it up with this paragraph. Because it is talking about the behavior that's going on in that paragraph. Ready? How many people put an E at the end of develop? Good. I used to.
Really?
It looked like it should have an E on the end. But I certainly remember that I used to do that because it was an error. That's how you learn. there's another break because up here they're talking about, well, 2 stages, the play stage, and then we're going to go into the game stage. And I think we've gone far enough, right? Okay. Now you're really going to love this one here. Did everybody do their must?
Oh, it's not due till next week, right?
No, it's this week.
It's this week.
It's week.
Let's see if we can even read this.
Holy cow.
That's making it worse, isn't it?
No, go the other way. Oops. It'll clear up on its own once you zoom in.
That,
If you zoom in, it'll clear up on its own.
is this the Zoom?
Yes.
It's not very good.
Do you want us to turn it in or?
Yes.
Okay.
The main thing about the must is to incorporate new words into your dictionary. It's not, you know, any type of speed test or anything like that. Actually, I think I'll read this instead of that. I can't read that at all.
You're not gonna read my paper.
I was wondering.
Keep pushing that button.
Going.
All the way down?
Keep doing it. Let's keep doing
No? Doesn't seem to be doing anything. Well, why don't we just not even do the screen? And we'll just, if you have any questions.
Miss Judy, I do have one. When Estella helped me, we looked up, there's the picture worked on the level rectangular 4 by 6 foot box. I just wrote it out, FOUR by SIX foot box. And Estella helped me look up this afternoon, it should be written out, for the numeral 4 by, with a dash, by 6 foot box. So I have it incorrectly on here. Should I correct it when I turn it in, or?
Where is that on here?
Yeah. It's kind of, it's line 19.
Can't even read this.
So I didn't know how to do that, but it was really it's in the Morrison's book. Estella
Uh-huh.
figured it out
It's
for
toward the
us.
end, Miss Judy. It's towards the end.
Yeah, towards the very end, line 19 on the bottom. So it should be
Is this for a grade? Or is it completion grade?
Just a completion grade, yeah. I cannot read this.
Judy, on the eclipse, like, there's two.
It's like on number 19. The pictures were to level 4 by 6 foot, but
Oh.
it should be
4X.
Well, no, it says not to do the
Oh, not-
Morrison's. It said
Oh.
to do 4 with a dash by dash 6 foot box. But then
Okay.
here where it's 6 inch
Uh-huh.
square, you just write that out. This doesn't have
No,
an inch.
I think this should be a hyphen.
Okay. Oh,
Because you're talking about the square iron. It's a 6-inch.
so while we do the math, like this is my math sheet, can I correct those?
Oh,
while we're
yes.
talking?
Oh,
So like right here,
definitely,
I know it
definitely.
should be 4 dash by dash 6 foot, and this should be a 6 inch. That's what I didn't know when I joined.
Let me see if I can find this one. See, she didn't do the whole thing here.
It ended at helmets with little time to react.
Did you have dubbed bird cages in there?
I just let them come
We had sinew. So this is
Foul tips could
we
smash.
had foul tips could smash their way through. That's kind of foul tips. Distance apart, fetched, return. By the end of the game, they'd been stained with dirt and tobacco juice.
Oh boy.
Making
Oh, bloody bone and sinew.
There's the tobacco juice. Okay, I think this is where it is. It's right down here.
Oh, okay, stain with dirt and tobacco juice. I don't see the 4x.
Bloody bone and sinew. Shin guards. Baseball systems, pricey items. Corpse cars. Stained by tobacco juice. Modern fans. That wasn't new. Modern fans.
Maybe she did skip around.
I think she did. Because I have modern fans would find the early game difference.
Oh, here it is. 4x6, yeah, and 6, and then,
Since it's square.
yeah, because it, all of that is modifying the iron plates.
Okay. Okay. But I was wondering, and it did say in Morrison's that would be an X, but it's by it's dashed. So that was, I actually learned something there because I didn't know.
Okay, yeah, did everybody, 4x6, and then you also had a, where we go? 6-inch square iron patch.
So what is the consensus on all that?
It would be numerals. No, I mean, it would be words, like, you know, a 6x4 board, 6, SIX, hyphen, BY, hyphen, 4, FOUR.
And the same with the 6 inch would be 6 spelled out, hyphen, inch.
Hyphen, square.
And then for its front edge, only 50 feet from whole thing, is 50 feet hyphenated or no?
Let me see if I can find that.
It's like, it's like, I think it's after it seems so
No, no, because it's just saying how far it is from home plate. Like if it was, its front edge is only a 50-foot distance from home plate, then 50-foot distance, you would hyphen 50 foot.
Okay, and then about a paragraph above that, maybe 5 or 6 inches above that.
Uh-huh.
Baseballs themselves are pricey items, and owners prefer to use only one per game for the 100 plus use today. Is 100 plus hyphenated?
Okay, let me find, oh, baseballs. Owners prefer to use only one per game instead of 100 plus used. Yes.
Okay, and that same sentence, how is pricey spelled? Is it with any or without it?
What is what now?
Pricey?
Yeah, I think that's correct. Oh, yeah, yeah. Yep. Any other questions on this thing that I can't read?
No, I don't think so. I think I'm good.
I did figure out how to slow her down.
Oh, good.
She dictates way much faster than I am.
Yeah.
I figured out on the media player how to slow her down, so then she sounded drunk.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so I'm going to pause this now.